I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Double A Squad, what's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Armchair Authority. My name's Ryan. Across from the desk, as always, is Kelly. Kelly, I've got some good news.
I love good news.
You ready?
I'm ready. I couldn't get my damn equipment adjusted here. Like, not feeling right. Something's not,
Well,
my head's crooked. Something I couldn't get adjusted.
sorry. Yeah, you act like that cord is going to get longer somehow every single week, and it's the same.
There's a lot of things I hope, you know.
Well, I can tell you, you can hope for one less thing because it's been cured, Kelly.
Let's do it.
Baldness has been defeated. Scientists from Taiwan have created a magic serum that can restore hair in just 20 days.
That's where we're going to start.
You going to Taiwan after this? You booking your ticket?
What is that, Tungwan?
Yeah, I've already been destroyed for like how I pronounce certain things.
You should be.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're leaving comments already about how you pronounced, or how I pronounce, jaguars. Apparently I pronounce it jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah. Apparently that's wrong, coming from a guy who's, who left the comment, whose second language is English, so that's nice.
Oh.
Appreciate that.
Oh.
And it was so nice that he had to comment on it twice within a span of 4 hours. So congratulations on being able to properly express your thoughts via the internet, where you had to make the same comment on two separate episodes that were two numbers apart. So on episode 75 and 77, Anthony commented, listening to Ryan say jaguars instead of jaguars makes my intestines twist up. And then 4 hours later on a separate episode said, listening to Ryan say jaguars instead of jaguars makes me want to jump in front of traffic. That's good. That's great. I'm glad. Glad you're able to do that twice.
To his credit, I got to defend him a little bit because he popped in today.
Yeah.
And he said, did you see my comment? And I'm like, oh, where is it? He's like, Spotify. So I jumped on and I looked. I'm like, no, it ain't there. What episode was it? And I looked and I couldn't find it. So I think he quickly went in and popped another one on because he's a friend of the show and he wants to be on there. So to his defense, I think he didn't think the previous one posted.
Okay. On a separate episode?
Whatever. 4 hours apart. Whatever. It works out fine. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything about jaguars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
jaguars.
Jaguars.
Sure.
Wires.
Whatever.
Auburn.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Do I get the point across? I mean, is it something that you don't understand?
It's pretty concise.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
clear.
Yeah. It's not like I'm like, hey, look, there's a bunch of jagged wires over there.
What I can tell you is my intestines don't twist up.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Now, do I want to jump in front of traffic on most days? Abso-freaking-lutely. You know this about me.
Sure.
But not over jaguars.
Yeah. I'm gonna just make sure that
Auburn does drive me nuts, though.
Auburn?
Yeah. Auburn. Thank you.
Auburn. I don't hear it. It is what it is.
That's Ryan. This is Keeley.
Everything's
going to be fine.
Oh, Keeley. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. There it goes again.
There we go.
I can't get my headset adjusted.
Anyway.
Good comment. Friend of the show.
Yeah, thanks for, keep it up. They did comment again on episode 74.
Yes.
It says a month ago, but that wasn't posted a month ago. But Stanley Cup, best trophy in sports?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Can't disagree. Cannot disagree.
Definitely the biggest. That's for
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Definitely the biggest. Definitely the most room to put things in and drink out of.
Okay, so fun fact, I don't know this. Is the Stanley Cup still the original Stanley Cup that they've had for decades, like the Lombardi, right? Lombardi has, I mean, they've added a little flash over time, but is it the original Stanley Cup? Because I'm going to go on a limb without you clicking and looking at this. I'm going to look away. I'm going to say it's the original damn thing.
No, the Stanley Cup that is awarded today is not the original. The original in 1892 trophy is too fragile from years of use and is now permanently displayed in the Hockey Hall of Fame. A replica was created in 1963 to be the one passed out to the championship team, and a third version exists as a backup for displays.
So, okay.
And you can see it's gotten a lot bigger over time as well. I mean, you can't see that. This is an audio medium, but Kelly can see it.
So the original, 1892, with a replica in 1963.
Correct.
That's a pretty good span right there.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do the math, not me, but that's a pretty good span. Yeah. And a third version is a backup for displays. So, in all reality, they changed it one time.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Yeah.
What about the Lombardi?
Has the Lombardi ever changed?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think, obviously, they recreate it every single year. It's not the same one. It's not like you just hand out the same trophy all the time, do you?
I get that. But, I mean, the overall structure, the overall consistency, the make and model. The make and model. I mean, I wouldn't expect the Chiefs to give their Chief trophy to, the Packers or anybody like that. I mean, one, you have to earn it. Two, I would expect their name to come off.
Yeah, the design of the Lombardi trophy has remained the same since 1966.
Look at that.
The trophy itself is not the original, obviously.
63 for the Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
66 for the Lombardi. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, I personally, I think the Lombardi trophy is iconic. It's something that, once you see it, you recognize it. I don't know how many just casual sports observers or maybe even just the regular person is going to know what the Stanley Cup is or what sport it is, but I think it's pretty obvious what the Lombardi trophy's for, considering the football that's on there.
I was going to say there's kind of a dead giveaway right along the top. You can't really put a puck on the top of the
No, it'd be very small.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, and you'd think it was maybe just for a pancake
what the puck.
competition.
Yeah.
Design has been consistent for nearly 60 years, featuring a regulation-sized football on a 3-sided stand, and it was originally sketched on a cocktail napkin by Tiffany and Company Vice President Oscar Reidner in 1966.
There's a lot of real estate sold on cocktail napkins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard
Done
that.
deals, written deals.
Contracts.
Let's get away from this. What's with the bald shit?
What's with the bald stuff?
Yeah, what's
I
with
thought
that?
you wanted to hear. I thought you would have been excited about it. You can.
Why is that good news?
Well, if
what
you
if
wanted
I
to,
like being bald?
then good for you. But I just wanted to throw the information out there in case you didn't, because you've never actually put a firm stamp on whether or not you like being bald or not. And plus, it's cold outside. Maybe you'd like a little extra insulation up there.
One, I don't have a choice.
You do now.
I do not.
You do now. 20 days. 20 days. You can be done.
Some vicious maple syrup coagulant crap on my head.
Yeah. It's not from Canada, but okay.
And then what happens? What happens?
I imagine it's much like that of a chia pet.
Exactly. Exactly. So do I have hair?
Chia.
Do I have fur? Is it curly? Is it something I could cut over time? Is it the same color, Ryan? What happens?
I don't know. It would just
really
be
happens?
hair, though.
But is it hair? A chia pet's not hair.
No,
it's
like
fur.
grass.
There you go. And I don't need grass on my head.
So it goes on to say that scientists in Taiwan have just made one of the biggest breakthroughs in hair restoration yet. Researchers at National Taiwan University, which sounds legit, developed a new serum that helped regrow hair in just 20 days by reactivating dormant hair follicles using naturally derived fatty acids. So far, the results have been seen in animal models, but early testing on humans shows promise. Clinical trials are expected next, and if proven safe, this could change hair loss treatment forever.
Really?
Yeah.
I will not purchase.
Yeah, right now the only you see it on Instagram all the time with these guys going to Turkey, and they'll spend a couple days or weeks over there in Turkey, and they'll get the hair transplant thing going. Like one guy's face got really swollen and gross looking. So that's kind of a side effect too. But
because they got plugs and where they pretty much just drill holes in your head.
Yeah.
Because these follicles right here, Ryan, that you're
they gone.
Getting
They're dormant.
they're beyond dormant. Beyond dormant. You could probably sprinkle fuel on my head and light it afire, and it's not going to open them babies up. So I mean, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just saying.
You never know. Miracle of science.
Taiwan, huh?
Right here, Taiwan. You could
Such a
have
weird
vacation.
place because the Asian population generally has pretty good heads of hair.
I think so.
Pretty good.
Yeah, for the most part.
Overall.
It's clear that they're
Interesting.
concerned enough about it to want to, create a serum. I like how they call it a serum.
A serum.
Like it's like a, like what you have is a disease, so you need a serum in order to cure it.
Just imagine you drip some off of your head, like onto your ear, and you wake up in the
Yeah,
morning,
you just got a
and you
furry
got a
ear.
whole tuft of...
It's like hair in a can.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be awesome?
If you could, if I could snap my fingers and give you a full head of hair right now, would you do it?
I don't think so.
No, you just
I
kind
don't
of
think
committed
so.
to being. You're just like, this is it. This is what I've.
I really kind of like it.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I didn't, and full disclosure, I was losing my hair pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was, and I can blame whatever. I wore baseball caps all the time as a kid, or I wore a football helmet, and I did all this stuff. I was losing my hair in college at the age of 19, 20 years old. And I mean, my hairline was starting back even when I was 18.
Yeah.
I came out of college with a severely recessed, I could show you pictures, with a recessed hairline that was, I mean, this little island and this little, what looks like a bruise today when the hair starts to grow.
Yeah.
It was already on its way out. It was on its way out of town. And
bags are packed.
I can tell you, Ryan, honestly, I can tell you, I didn't care. I didn't care. You know, did people make comments directly to my face? No, not very often. But even little side things where they turn away and they're like, holy crap, how old do you think that guy is? He doesn't have any. I truly did not care.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
Some people, oh man, it's a huge freaking deal. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going bald, and I can't. This is awful. It throws them into a crisis. Not me. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't envy people with great hair. I don't.
That's fair.
Good for them.
Yeah.
You know, you can style it. You can put all your goop and your crap in it and do whatever you want to do with it. Good for you. Good for you. I don't care. So I understand to some that's probably good news what Taiwan's doing over there.
Yeah.
To me, I don't know. It's sure. It's good news. But it's not earth-shattering stuff, and it's not something I'm going to run out and get.
Yeah, it's definitely probably one of those things where, when they tell you, if you want to start a business, find a problem and be the solution for that problem so you can have, I obviously that's the whole reason why they're going for it, because a lot of people are concerned about going bald or losing their hair or whatever. So if you can find a solution to that, there's a lot of money left in there for you to be able to take advantage of. So
just deal with it. It is what it is.
Tough it out. Yeah, but anyway, lots to talk about today.
Yeah, there is.
We're coming off of Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday, ton of football that was played, ton of different things that happened throughout sports. Where should we start? Because there's a lot of college football stuff to talk about between Lane Kiffin, the college football playoff. There's conference championships coming up this weekend, things like that. Also within the NFL, all we know is that we know nothing, and I think we more than proved that from our last episode to this one, based on the things that we talked about versus the things that happened over the weekend, some predictions that were made, and where we are today.
I don't trust a single team in the NFL.
Yeah, it's tough.
I do not trust a single team.
It's tough when you go through the divisions and you end up talking about each division leader and who do you trust and who do you not and who's this and that and the other thing, and then you're like, well, as you said in the pre-show, Rams, right? Singing the praises of the Rams. They look like they're, they got a top 10 defense and basically the number one offense in the league, and who can stop them? Well, it turns out Bryce Young and the Panthers can stop them.
Except and hang some points on them.
31.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. And Bryce Young can throw absolute dimes on fourth down for touchdowns, and it's just crazy. I think it just proves the parity within the league and things that you've talked about before that we've had discussions about. Like, these are professionals. Like, they still go out there. They still compete. They want to win.
Do you think that's what it is? Do you think that the league has just finally, and I hate to say that the whole salary cap played a role in this and all that, but it equalized a lot of things. Do you think that it's finally caught up where teams are just that close?
I think it's an any given Sunday thing. I think that's really all it boils down to. I think it's just like in baseball. Like, there's no reason if the Yankees if the Dodgers and the Rockies played 10 times or 100 times, how many times do you think the Dodgers should win?
All 10 of them.
They should. Well, if they played 100 times, how many they should win?
Oh, you started with 10.
I know. I didn't mean to. I meant to go with 100.
Jeez, I don't listen.
Yeah, because it's baseball. But if they played 100 times, you would expect the Dodgers to win, what, 98% of those games?
98.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the simple matter of the fact is the Rockies might end up winning 10% rather than just 2%, because that's just how things average out.
Maybe.
And they're professionals, and it's just sometimes you get lucky in games and sometimes you don't. It's just depends on how there was a tipped interception that happened for Stafford, and just some different things that went on in that game that, actually it was surprising that the game was even as close as it was, considering the Rams turned it over 3 or 4 times.
Correct.
So, I mean, it's just stuff like that, right?
I want a breakdown. I want a breakdown of the advantage of home field advantage in the NFL. I want a breakdown. Because just off the cuff, not knowing anything about the numbers and the stats, I would argue that home field advantage doesn't mean a damn thing anymore.
Yeah. I want to say I heard something over the weekend that talked about home field advantage, where it's like it gives you a significant, not a significant percent, but it might be like a 60-40 split, depending on how much of an advantage you get towards winning the game. You have a 60% chance.
I think it used to be different.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like it's that close, and you can fact check me and prove me wrong. I just don't feel like it's that big of an issue anymore. And I mean, you're talking about teams flying across the country and doing all this stuff, and you're like, you can find all these betting nuggets and all this other stuff, and however you want to dice it down. I just don't feel like home field advantage is a big deal.
Let's see. I mean, it averages out to about 3 points per game, and it has for quite a while. The last 5 seasons, you've seen it be about 2.26. Last 16 weeks, it hovers right around that 3-point percentage, or where this is when you're looking at like betting odds, right?
Yeah.
So this has tracked everything from a rolling 5-point season, so you can see how it's basically trended down. At its lowest point was about 2.1 points in favor of the home team back in 2011. It even went down further in 2021 to 1.12.
Yeah.
And since then, we've seen kind of this uptick back up towards where we're at now.
Still not where it was, though.
Or 2.26 is where it's at. So
see, that's just kind of remarkable.
And you can kind of see here, this breaks down home field advantage tracker, and again, you can't see it, but Kelly can, per team. So last 16 games, home field advantage has favored teams like, oddly enough, like the Falcons or the Panthers, who their last 16 games have had basically like a 9-point advantage.
Yeah.
When at home, but altogether they're 108 and 107 for the record.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So Broncos 10 points. Packers, who used to be unbeatable at Lambeau over the course of the last several seasons, have ticked down to like that 3-point range.
They're pretty much even throughout.
So all time they're about 2 point, or what was that? 3 point. Where'd they go? 3.62. Some of the highest. The Saints 6.3. So I mean, it's just. But that was at the Alamo Dome. That's not at the. You can see how these have all changed over time as well, based on where they've played.
What's that end column? What's the far right column there?
That's all time.
All time.
All time. So last 5 seasons, last 16 games, and all time.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the Colts. Poor Colts.
Not good at home.
Look at that.
The Chiefs. The last 16 games, they've been very good at home. Last 5 seasons, not so much. They actually have a negative.
Yeah.
So, and then average about 2.5 over the course of the last.
I think that proves my case.
All time. So, yeah, it definitely varies from team to team. Looks like some of these lesser teams kind of have benefited a little bit more, but I know that kind of plays into how you're able to call your plays. I know that this was something that Jordan Love just brought up when they were playing in Detroit over Thanksgiving, where it's like when you're in a loud environment, like you have to have those silent calls to be able to differentiate and get people in the proper positions, because it's just so loud. And when you're at home, you obviously have the advantage of a little bit quieter operating system to be able to get those changes in. So,
well, and then you get SoFi, right? You get the Chargers playing in SoFi last year or the year before, and they had manufactured sound because they had so many opposing team fans there that they're like, hey, we can't do this. We don't have enough fans to make enough noise. We're going to manufacture a sound and pump it through the speakers.
Well, I think that's an interesting thing, too. So, like, the Chargers at SoFi have almost a 4-point advantage versus the Rams at SoFi, who are at a 2.6. But altogether, all time, both teams are right around 1.6.
Right.
So, and actually, over the last 5 seasons, the Rams have been not very good at SoFi.
Yeah.
At 1 point, what did I see there? 1.25 or something to that effect. They're in the negative, or kind of in that red zone. So, yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah,
great stuff. I trust no one. I trust no one in the league. And you can come at me all you want about the New England game last night, and they handled the Giants. Okay, great. Several other teams have handled the Giants. They're a 2-win team. However, they look pretty good.
New England?
Yes.
Yeah.
They look pretty good. we were dogging on them. You and I both were dogging on them about strength of schedule, haven't played anybody, can't really trust them. But when you start looking at how the season's unfolding, they look like one of the more trustable teams if you just watch and just rely on the eye test, right? Because some of these teams should have put the Giants away. I mean, Denver had to come from, 16 down to beat them. You know, that type of thing. And
Denver had to come from behind. The Lions had to come from behind. The Packers had to come from behind.
And then they just got handled by New England. And it's just, I don't know. I trust no one. I trust no team.
Yeah, I don't know where those other games were. I know the Giants-Denver game, I think, was in Denver. So Denver came back from that one. But this one was in New England. I mean, if you watched the Giants play last night, they look like, I mean, you got their kicker digging his toe a half yard behind the ball trying to kick it.
Yeah.
Looking like he's chunking his drive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot going on in New York that's not very good right now.
They're tanking for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Who do they
pretty
want?
bad. I don't know.
Lane Kiffin, maybe.
Maybe. He's apparently an assassin for hire.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into him.
We'll get
a
little bit later. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're they don't need a quarterback. So, I mean, tanking for who? The more offensive linemen? I mean, they've kind of got the pieces there. I was hearing them talk about this last night, and I thought it was a good point where it's like, okay, well, Jackson Dart seems to be promising. You've got Malik Neighbors as your number one receiver option. You probably need a running back because Singletary's probably not the guy long term. You've got good pieces on defense, so they're kind of starting. You just got to hire the right guy and get a couple more pieces around it. And I think the Giants actually they're making moves in the right direction. It's just you're gonna have to wait to see it all come to fruition. So.
Is Dart gonna hold up though?
Well, he's got to play differently.
Man.
He's got to be a little bit smarter.
He's working the opposite direction now.
Yeah.
What's he got?
Like, well, what about Scadaboo?
Concussions?
Yeah, Scadaboo is there, but is Scadaboo going to be a long-term running back option for them?
No, not his style.
Right. He'll be hurt pretty often.
Yeah.
It seems like. So, but I think they are kind of progressing in the right direction if they can get the right guy to operate it all at the head coaching positions.
I mean, Denver wins an overtime game against Marcus Mariota.
Oh, you mean
when they go for two?
You mean Mariota?
Yeah, Mariota.
Mariota. Thank you, Chris Collinsworth, for continuing to do that the entire night.
Yeah, he's something. In any event, they rely upon.
And I was actually going to say, like, Mariota was almost, and I would still be considered maybe one of my players of the week, just based on the way that he played.
Yeah.
And the guy was wide open, and the defensive end made a great play, jumped at the right time, was able to block down the 2-point conversion to seal the win. But, I mean, it was there. They called the right play. It was all there.
They did. But, again, a 2-loss team in Denver,
right,
against a Commanders team with a backup quarterback, an aging backup quarterback. And I'm not just disrespecting Mariota, but aging backup quarterback, bounced around, a little bit of a journeyman, not a lot of success in the last 5 years. And here's Denver. Holding on, 2-point conversion could end this thing. And I mean, again, these teams with records like this late in the season, should be checking boxes before the game even happens. Like, the game should be over at the coin toss, and it's not happening. And I trust no one at all. If I said that enough, I trust no one.
So I'm sure you were surprised. Houston goes into Indianapolis and gets a win by 4 points. Indy was favored by 3 at home on that one.
They're surging.
The Jets beat the Falcons. Miami kind of on a little bit of a heater here. They haven't really played very many good teams. You beat the Saints. That's not a big deal. Tampa squeaks by Arizona. Obviously, the Panthers beat the Rams. Joe Burrow comes back, and him and the Cincinnati Bengals, hopefully I pronounced that right. I apparently have a problem pronouncing jungle cats, so I just want to make sure that I can. Yeah. They hang one on the Ravens, 32-14, for our closeout game on Thanksgiving. Chicago beats Philadelphia. Philadelphia, what are you?
They're a mess.
What are you? Because you weren't playing football on Friday night. I can tell you that much.
You know what? Let's hang there for just a second. What? I don't have a lot of respect for Philadelphia fans, especially those sitting in the stadium. I mean, come on. At the time that game's being played, you're looking at defending Super Bowl champs, 8-3, 3 losses, 8 wins, right? Have they been pretty wins? No, not all of them, but they're 8-3. There are teams out here like the Saints, the Giants, all these 2-win teams. Their fans aren't doing that shit. You listen to Philadelphia, and every single time they run a play that was either a short gain or an incomplete pass, whatever it is, the place is erupting. You entitled pants wetters. Like, seriously, get over yourself. Who does that?
I don't know.
you have the commentators. I don't even know. Was it Romo and Nance? I don't even know who it was.
No, that was the Amazon Prime game.
There you go.
So you had Herb Street and Al Michaels.
Herb or Herb? I'm gonna go with
no
Herb.
comment.
I'm gonna go with Herb.
Yeah.
Kirk. Right? They're doing their best to not pay any attention to it, but sooner or later, even they start commenting.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, if you're a player, Ryan, you're a player of the defending Super Bowl champions, and you're at home, where it's supposed to be home field advantage against another good football team in the Bears. Every time something doesn't go, like a big play doesn't happen, you have to listen to that. At what point would you just flip the bird, and even a double bird, to everybody sitting in that stadium? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Come on, Philadelphia. Be freaking better. I get told to be better all the time, care more, whatever. Be better, Philly fans. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Frustrating game. As a Packer fan watching that, knowing, how good Philly can be at times, especially on defense. Obviously, they've had their offensive struggles. Whatever's going on with Saquon, whose production has literally been cut in half, and Jalen Hurts being whatever the hell he is at times throughout the week. I don't even know. But I mean, props to the Bears. They're not turning the ball over. They had the one interception from Caleb Williams, who played like absolute dog water that entire game, but still gets a ton of credit for him being a part of this 9-win Chicago Bears team. Never mind the fact that they had two running backs that ran for each. This is each. Each ran for 125 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, averaging 5.
Yeah.
Just about 6 yards per carry and damn near 7 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Yeah, 255 yards amongst the two of them.
Yeah, on a Philly defense that's supposed to be really stingy against the run.
They made Kansas City look ridiculous in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell is that about? Are they quitting? Are they quitting in Philly, Ryan? Are they quitting? Because I'd quit with that fan base. I'd flip the bird. I'd tell them what's up. I'd go into a post. I'm not going to go off on this.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, and we spoke on this a little bit last week, where it's another one of those things where it's like, oh, there's a lot of turmoil in the locker room. There's some things going on with
clearly
Sirianni and his coaching staff and the players and yada yada yada. And somebody, I wish I could give them credit, but it was kind of the similar thing that I was thinking. But they said this feels more like the Philly team from 2 years ago rather than last year.
Yeah.
Where that team was a lot of turmoil, weird stuff going on. They were like 10-0, and then they ended up dropping like 7 of their last 8 or something to that effect, and just not being very good. And this kind of feels the same way, right? Like they're just can't put it all together, and they're losing games that they shouldn't, and they're just not very impressive. So it's...
I mean, a quarterback that had a 56 rating, 56 rating, beat you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the two running backs beat you and their offensive line.
Right, but a quarterback that could do just enough to manage a game, throw a pick, and have a 56 rating.
Yeah, and
beat you
got stripped on your A1 play.
Yeah.
Even though, like 3 weeks ago against the Giants, they said that his forward momentum had stopped, so it wasn't a fumble, but this time it was, and it's like, how do we officiate this? I don't know. We'll just make it up as we go, because this is a bullshit play that nobody even knows how to what they're doing.
There you go. Good segue. Two things I've learned from this last week, and it's been compounding since week 1. 1, the officials have no idea what forward progress is.
No.
2, the officials have no idea what pass interference is, whether it's offensive or defensive. They have no idea.
Yeah. And that was never more apparent than the two games that we watched before the Cincinnati game on Thursday between Green Bay and Detroit, and then also what's going on in Kansas City and Dallas.
Awful.
Like, I think both of us as fan bases can go, man, what are you seeing there? What are you not seeing there?
And what I'm seeing fly for flags in the Kansas City game or even the Green Bay Detroit game goes completely opposite.
Yeah.
Goes completely opposite in the Cincinnati game. All of a sudden, OPI now is a thing. It's almost like there was enough shit coming out on social media during the first 2 games on Thanksgiving where it's like, what the hell's going on? What is offensive pass interference? If this isn't offensive pass interference, what is offensive pass interference?
Yeah.
Like, what really is pass interference? It's like they got that, and all of a sudden they get radioed down before the kickoff of the Bengals game. It's like,
you got to call at least 3 of these.
Hey, boys, here's the scoop.
Yeah.
Here's the scoop. We are under fire right now. Our asses are hot. Yeah. All right? We need to start throwing some OPI flags.
Yeah.
They don't know nothing. Yeah. They don't know forward progress, because I'm so sick of that. I watched a running back get picked up off his feet and move backwards 3 yards. Right? Boop, down. They hit the whistle. They give him the 3 yards from before he gets pushed backwards. I watched the same freaking thing happen where a defender grabs the leg of a running back, lifts it in the air. He goes back about a step and a half and then continues to get pushed by an offensive lineman into the end zone. That's a touchdown. It's like, listen, man, there's got to be a parameter where if you don't have both feet on the ground, your progress is probably stopped.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Is there a 3-second rule? Or 3 Mississippi where you go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi? He hasn't moved an inch, and now we just blow the whistle? Because there's times where they sit there and their legs are churning, and it feels like this is going on for 5, 6, 7 seconds, and it's just like, what's happening?
Oh man, how many?
It's like a tug of war.
How many times do you see wide receivers catch that quick out, or they catch that flare route, whatever it is, and
at the line,
safety or a
pushed.
corner just comes a humming, right? Pop, knocks them, and they start backwards and do whatever, and they barely regain their footing, and they take off again, but they end up losing 4 or 5 yards,
right?
And that ball moves all the way back to where that initial contact. He's making a football move. He's getting ready to run the ball again. He wasn't out of bounds and he wasn't down. Nothing touched.
Right.
He's getting ready to make a football move and move again. But we're going to go ahead and give him forward progress on that. You don't know nothing, officials. You don't know anything about forward progress, and you know nothing about defensive or offensive pass interference. And it is frustrating.
I like the fact that
it's sports betting, Ryan.
Okay.
It's sports betting.
I like the fact that the Chiefs game where they got called for more defensive pass interference plays in the second half,
5
than they ever have in the history of whatever. It must have been the NFL must have been reading up on that UTEP thing that we were reading about, where they're like, man, we got to bring this back a little bit. To
I
make it not
texted
look
you
so
that.
bad.
I texted you that. 119 penalty yards for the Chiefs, 50 for Dallas. Yeah. Dallas. Let me ask you this, Ryan. Not just Chiefs game, but we'll use this one as an example. Does a holding penalty? No, it's not a penalty unless the flag flies. Does a holding infraction happen on every single NFL play?
Probably 95% of the time, yeah.
How do you go through an entire game and not get one offensive holding?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
How do you get 119 penalty yards versus 50 and only three numbers different in the total number of penalties? How does that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, they read the UTEP study too. They're like, okay, guys, we got to swing this shit. We need to make this dramatic. I'm telling you, 2 things. Officials are getting too old, and there's not enough women. Women don't watch the game. Women don't watch the game. Women watch for the foul.
Sure.
And or not foul.
Yeah.
Women pay closer attention. They spot the ball better. They pay closer attention. There's too many old farts and not enough women. There it is.
All right.
God, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Sweating.
Are the Chiefs done?
We're going to find out Sunday night.
Yeah.
Because I called it last week. You seconded my motion. Biggest game of the season for each team, Houston and Kansas City. Winner in, loser out.
Yeah.
Biggest game for both.
Well, here's what Andy Reid has to say about it.
Listen, if you're going to come at me with Andy Reid,
can start going your way and that you can win these next 5 games in a row.
If you're coming to me on this, Matt, I'm telling you, we're going to go after you every game. We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game. It's the attitude that we're coming in with.
That's a great attitude to come in with.
Well, if you're coming at me,
yeah, you might as well tickle your tonsils.
Be ready to have your tonsils tickled.
What a comment. What a thing.
Andy.
What a thing to say.
Andy. You know, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of talking heads that said, you know what, maybe the game is past Andy by. Maybe I texted it. The whole offensive planning and all that stuff starting to look a little old and moldy. And all of a sudden now you're bringing out we're going to tickle your tonsils when you come after us or come at us or come.
Whoa, phrasing.
Exactly. You're going to tickle tonsils. Yeah, right. It's like, what are we doing here?
Well, okay, so
I feel like there's a reveal coming soon.
Oh,
I might just have to pick a new team. Seriously.
No, you can't do that. You've had too much success.
I'm not going to do that.
6-6, currently behind the 6-6 Steelers, 7-5 Texans, and then the 3 wildcard spots are currently taken up by the 8-4 Chargers, the 8-4 Indianapolis Colts, and the 8-4 Buffalo Bills, who I all believe hold tiebreakers over Kansas City, correct?
Yes.
I mean, it's going to have to be a colossal collapse by some of these, right? For them to get in?
This, my friend, is a fork.
Done.
Exactly.
Think they're done.
They're
okay.
done.
I mean,
they're
even
done.
they're obviously you would get the tiebreaker over Houston, which would launch you into that that 8 spot, and then you'd be behind all these other teams. But then you got to hope for Buffalo to kind of fall on their weenies a little bit, as well as Indianapolis is kind of doing that for you. They've had some rough weeks here where their offense hasn't, run the way that it's supposed to. They held Houston to 20 points, but they can only put up 16. It seems like they're not able to run the ball.
Quarterback's playing with a broken leg, for crying out loud.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's toughing it out.
Yeah, and the
Kansas
Chargers
City's done. They're going to find a way to look ugly and sloppy Sunday night against Houston. Seriously, there's a small part of my mind right now that just doesn't even want to watch that game. But I need the closure. I need the closure, Ryan. I just need, again, this is a fork. They're done. Blah, blah, blah. I just need the closure.
Well, the nice thing is that you play the Chargers again. So if you can get a win against Houston, then you beat the Chargers. Then you get hopefully what would be a cakewalk against Tennessee.
Nope. Nope.
And then it's Denver, and then it's Las Vegas. So
Yep.
those are the Chiefs' last remaining 5 games.
They can run the table and still not get in. And that's what I don't like. They can win out. They can win out, Ryan, and not get in. They're backing their way into this, and I told you I make fun of those teams. I make fun of those fans. I make fun of those teams. I'm pretty electric today. I make fun of them.
Yeah.
Backing their way into a playoff, and I don't want that. I don't want, as a fan, I don't want that.
Hey, sometimes you can do it and win a Super Bowl.
No. Really? Last one I can think of is Pittsburgh Steelers.
Packers did it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I don't follow.
Yeah, they snuck in as a 6th seed and ended up winning the whole thing.
Last one I remember is the Steelers. Did the same thing. Went into the 6th, road, Super Bowl.
Yep. I think
we are not the Steelers.
Giants did it. I think that one year. So Buffalo, their remaining schedule is Cincinnati, who's kind of coming on strong here. I loved what Burrow had to say, where they're like, "Hey, you guys suck. Why are you even playing?" He's like, "I get paid a lot of money to be out here, and I just want to put a show on for the fans."
Yeah.
Love him or hate him.
Good for that.
That's an awesome response, because he could have taken the season off and not even risked it.
I've watched
right?
all of his Home Alone movies.
Yeah.
I have incredible admiration for him.
Yeah. But I mean, props to him, man. Like, he is right. They get paid a ton of money to play a game. He wants to go out there and put on a performance. He doesn't need to be out there. He's still going to make the money regardless of whether or not his turf toe is healed, and he goes out there and puts on a performance.
Listen, man, they could still win the division.
That's true. They're not that far behind.
2 games.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 games. They could still win the division.
Yeah. So Buffalo plays Cincinnati. Then they have the Patriots, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Jets. So their path to the playoffs is not as simple as some would think. I think it's probably just as hard as what the Chiefs had, depending on how you're coming at them in the tonsils and other things, or how you want to look at that. I mean, excuse me. I wish there was an easier way to
You
look
still
at
have your
schedule.
tonsils?
No,
don't
mine
have
are
them?
gone.
Got them taken
Yeah,
out?
mine are gone.
All right, cool.
That happened when I got braces.
So what happens if they come at you?
Ooh, there's nothing but the back of my throat.
What
baby.
are they tickling now?
Yo. Yo.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. One more I wanted to look at was, who was the other one? Indianapolis. I'm not really worried about the Chargers because I think they'll get in, just based on what's left. They've already kind of they got to play the Chiefs one more time. Indy's an interesting one. So their last remaining games are, they've got the Jaguars. Excuse me.
They have Jacksonville, Ryan.
Yeah, they do. They play Jacksonville, Seattle. Ooh, man, they got a gauntlet coming up here.
That's
actually
bad. That's not favorable, especially when you're playing
every
with a
single
broken
one
leg.
of these teams that they have left could be a playoff team.
Yeah, they currently are.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Seattle, San Francisco, Jacksonville again, and then Houston.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So there's your opportunity right there. If the Chiefs get in, it's because the Colts had a colossal collapse down the stretch here.
And beat Jacksonville twice. That would be great.
So, yeah, and you guys don't hold a tiebreaker over Jacksonville either, by the way. Oh, no, you guys beat the Colts.
We
Never
beat the
mind.
Colts.
Sorry.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We hold no tiebreaker other than them.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you lost, but it was a close game. It was that 23-20.
They tried hard to lose it.
Yeah.
They tried really hard.
Yeah.
But there was some, tickling
couldn't help
going
themselves.
on into that one.
Yeah. Finally, kind of working our way backwards here. How'd you feel about the Green Bay Detroit game? Did you get to watch any of it?
Yeah, I did.
Thoughts?
That's great. I action-packed lineup on Thanksgiving. Loved it.
Oh yeah, I thought it was
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I felt like Detroit just made too many damn mistakes. Here, I know they lost. I love Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
I love Jared Goff. I love his decision-making, his accuracy. I love the dude. He is not nearly as athletically gifted and mobile as some of these quarterbacks you see in the league now. He'll move when he has to move.
No.
But other than that,
he's a statue in today's game.
he just knows where to go with the ball. Yeah. I love that about him. Yeah. I just do. And 9 times out of 10, he's precision. You know, and some people, that ball might have been a little high. No, it wasn't. It wasn't high. It's where it needed to go to clear a linebacker's fingers that were across the middle or whatever the case was.
Sure.
I love Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Impressed with Green Bay, though. Defense, you're right. You're right about their defense. They're legit. That side of the ball has an identity, and they got to figure it out. They did a nice job.
Yeah, they lost. Wyatt broke his foot or his leg or something like that in that game. He's our big run stopper in the middle. And as Parsons put it, he's not somebody that you just easily replace. So we'll see how they're able to fill in those gaps, especially with a run-heavy offense in Chicago coming up, and what could potentially be for the division here this weekend.
That Parsons is a game wrecker. He's an absolute game wrecker. I'm not going off on Jerry Jones. I don't understand. The guy is a game wrecker.
Yeah, he's really good.
He is fast, man.
It's really good. Did you see him 2 weeks ago when Minnesota tried to block him with 3 guys and he still blew up the middle?
Correct. Yes.
It's insane.
He's just fast.
Yeah.
And they teach this, right? They teach this at probably every level beyond middle school. So when you're playing D-line or outside linebacker, whatever it is, it's called block destruction, right? Yeah. And you get block destruction. You never want your momentum to stop.
Yeah.
You always want to be moving, doing something, whether it's with your hands, feet, hips, doing whatever. That dude he's like butter. Absolute mastered. He never gives up momentum. He never changes his direction. It's total block destruction. That's what makes him elusive and slippery and just so freaking dangerous.
And then he's strong on top of it.
Because, he sits there, right? He sits there like a freaking hyena. And they run a twist at the line, and people are like, even the commentator, Parsons allowed himself to get blocked. No, he didn't, you dumbass. No a defensive strategy. That was a twist.
Yeah.
That was a twist, or whatever the hell term you want to use for it. We said twist. That was a twist. He was meant to make contact, back off, and shuffle down the line. Eyes the whole time on the quarterback, the entire time. Yeah. And he just shuffle, whoop, and he's just gone, like shot out of a freaking cannon.
Well, he's
a game wrecker.
He draws so much attention and allows some of those. And what I was hoping for would be that he would allow Van Ness and Gary to kind of get more of those one-on-one matchups. Unfortunately, Van Ness has been hurt, and Gary just kind of he had 1 or 2 good years, and now he just is what he is, right? He's just an average pass rusher. But, shout out to Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator for the Packers. He's going to get a head coaching position next year at some point, which sucks.
Think so?
I think so. I think he's shown too much over the last couple of years. He might be able to last 1 more year, but I think he's going to get an opportunity for sure,
probably.
Based on the way that this defense is playing. And, you just said it. That's the identity that they have right now is the fact that the Packers have a really good defense.
They're good.
And they can go out there and stop you.
They cover a lot of field.
Yeah, and it allows you to be more aggressive, and something that I think a lot of people have been preaching Matt LaFleur to be more aggressive as he was in this game. I thought he walked in there with friggin' 10-inch brass balls with some of the stuff that he pulled off on or decided to call Thanksgiving Day. Touchdown on 4th down twice.
Combined for 10 inches or 10 inches apiece? Each was 10 inches. Wow.
Yeah.
And brass.
Yeah.
Wowzer.
So I liked it. I liked the version of Matt LaFleur's play calling that I saw on Thanksgiving. I thought he beat Dan Campbell at his own game.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from Jordan Love.
Dan's done it all year.
Yeah.
Dan has done this 4th down thing all year.
Screwed him this time, though.
Analytics and all this other stuff, Dan just says, the hell with it, I'm going to do what I want to do. The 1 4th down when they had pretty much a chip shot field goal, everybody in the house that I was at were all yelling, kick the damn ball.
There's about 7 minutes left in that?
Yes, take the points.
Yeah.
Take the damn points. Because I think it was 4th and 4. Was it 4th and goal? 4th and 4?
It was 4th and 3 or less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It still wasn't a tush push situation.
Between the 20 and I think there was somewhere around the 20 to the 35.
See, I feel like it was even closer
than that. Been.
And it
could have been.
Take the points.
Because even I was thinking the same thing. Because they lined up to go for it. I'm like, this is Dan Campbell being Dan Campbell, man. Sometimes it's going to come back to bite you.
It bit him in the ass. Yeah. I think some of those situations, you're hovering around the 40, 42-yard line, whatever. Yep, big gamble. You're hovering around the 38. That's still a long kick. I understand some of that.
Yeah.
That points were at a premium in that game. You've got to take those points. And he's done it all season long. So, right, he's got his history behind him, and this is what I'm going to do. This is my game plan. I'm going to be aggressive. This is how I'm going to go about it. But there needs to be a point where somebody on the sidelines, if not Dan Campbell, has to kind of go, hey, coach, hey, listen up. Let's go ahead and take the points in this deal, because then we get to kick the ball off and start them, between their 20 and 30-yard line, and da-da-da. Let's take the momentum. Let's take the points. We are at home. It's Thanksgiving. Let's get the points. Where were they at?
So this was 4th and 3 at the Green Bay 21.
There we go.
With 11 minutes to go in the 4th, excuse me.
There you go.
Because they were down again with 6 minutes to go, and they did end up kicking a field goal there. So then now you have those things kind of like, okay, so obviously the game plays out, and you're like, dude, you should have taken that field goal 4 minutes ago.
Didn't they do one earlier in the game as well, though? Either in the first or second quarter.
Yeah.
Look there.
Third quarter, they're at the Green Bay 47. They tried to rush it up the middle. It was a 2-yard loss, tackled by Micah Parsons.
Go even sooner than that. Go into the first half.
Yeah. So it was all touchdowns. Nothing in the second.
Okay,
all in the second half.
So it was the third.
All in the second half. They just didn't. They had one touchdown the entire time in a field goal.
Take the points. Take the points.
So you imagine they take the field goal here. Now you're looking at a different situation here on the Green Bay. What this would have been? The Green Bay? This is Green Bay 4. So yeah, they were all the way down there.
Yeah.
Green Bay 13, and so instead of going for so here you go. This is the Dan Campbell philosophy that obviously we have the benefit of hindsight. But if they take the field goal early with 11 minutes to go, now it's a 7-point game, right? So it's a 7-point game. They come back down, 6 minutes to go. You're on the Green Bay 3. Doesn't it make much more sense to try to go for it there for a touchdown than it does earlier?
Yes, because
obviously this is an idiotic thing where it's like, yeah, we already know.
It's
we
hindsight.
know what we know.
It's hindsight, but in the grand scheme of things, you don't make that 4th down. Take the points, right? Let's just say in a great world, we kick and we take the 3 points.
Yeah.
Everything after that changes. The play calling, the scheming, everything after that changes. It completely changes the scenario of the game. And I know somebody's going to listen and go, well, no shit, Kelly, duh. But it does. It changes everything. It applies more pressure to the other offense. That's got to, this game's getting tighter. Yeah. We got to move the ball.
Now it's a 1-score game and not a 2-score game.
Correct. Everything changes. It changes dynamics, momentum. It changes all of it. Yeah. Every little characteristic of the game, it changes.
And they could have kept the momentum because they turnover on down. So what does Green Bay do? They go three plays, 6 yards, and they punt. You get it right back and drive it all the way down to the 4.
Correct. With a field goal. Correct. It changes stuff, man. I'm telling you. There just has to be. I'm an aggressive dude. I get it. You want to go for it on 4th down, then go for it on 4th down, whatever it is. But you got to have somebody there, right? Yeah. You got to have somebody there to say, coach, kick the damn ball.
Yeah.
Kick the damn ball.
Yeah. Take the points. You're at home. We've got 11 minutes left in this game. Who knows what can happen? Let's at least narrow the gap to 1 score and let them see what they can do playing up by 1 score and not 2.
Reward your freaking offense, man.
Yeah.
You move the ball all the way down the field. Take the damn points. Get the points out of the thing. Right? Because, it has a swing factor of so many different things.
Yeah.
Take the points.
Yep.
Anyway, I thought it was a great game.
Yeah, I was incredibly impressed by the way Jordan Love played. I thought he showed a lot of poise and clutch plays when they needed to have it, whether it was on 4th down or he finally hit a deep ball in stride to Watson for a touchdown. And it was a beautiful rainbow throw down the sideline.
No disrespect, Ryan, but why does that guy make some easy catches look so hard?
North Dakota.
Is that it? Did we just not catch enough?
I don't know.
We're just not comfortable
I don't know.
with
and then he'll make some absolutely insane, tough, strong-handed catches like he did against the Giants.
Right, but then he gets some simple little over the again, I'm not running the route. I'm not catching it, fully defended. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But he's got a nice over-the-shoulder thing, man. Throw the breadbasket out. Catch it with your hands. Do whatever you want to do. But he makes some of that stuff look so incredibly hard.
I don't know.
Because you know who else did that? He was a former Packer, too. And he ended up with the Chiefs.
MVS?
Big time. He could have something coming directly at his face mask. Throw your mitts up, snatch it, put it away, turn and get some yak.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
We're going to bobble the hell out of this thing. It might actually go off our helmet, right? And interception, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Win the close games, catch the easy balls. Yeah. So just put them away, dude. It's your job. You're making millions of dollars to do it.
Yeah.
So do it.
Yeah, catch a ball. Yeah, I
get paid nothing to sit here and critique you.
It's true.
It's
absolutely true.
So I get to do it all day.
It's absolutely true. So yeah, I think interesting matchups coming in. Obviously, the one that I'll be looking at, will be the Packers and the Bears. See what happens there. It's in Lambeau. So, again, we'll see how that home field advantage fares for the Packers and see what version of Chicago we get, whether it's the same one that we've seen all year or if the Packers defense can do something to kind of stifle what they've been able to do and create some turnovers. I think it'll be an interesting matchup because that's one of those things where Chicago hasn't really given the ball up a lot and Green Bay hasn't been able to take the ball away a lot this year.
They're not going to run for 200 on Green Bay.
We'll see.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we'll see. So I if I was Halfley, which I'm not, he's a much smarter guy than I am in a lot of different ways, especially for defensive football practices. Obviously, you want to shut down the run and force Caleb Williams to beat you.
Correct.
Because he hasn't shown anything this year that he's anything other than
he won't beat
a
you.
mid-tier guy.
Nope.
So I would love to be able to walk into this studio next week and talk about how the Packers absolutely embarrassed them. We'll see.
I hope so, because I'm still standing firm that the Bears are going to collapse a little bit. And all these teams keep proving me wrong, man.
Chicago's got Green Bay twice still. Plus, I think, they got Detroit one more time, plus San Francisco and Cleveland in Cleveland. That's a good defense. They won't be able to run for 400 yards on Cleveland.
No, and they also have Shedeur, who brings a totally different offensive dynamic to it.
Yes.
So who knows?
Yeah. So interesting stuff. Why is this game at 8 a.m.?
What do you mean?
They have this Chicago Green Bay game on the 20th listed as 8 a.m. Why is that 8 a.m.?
Are they overseas?
It's TBD.
Oh, TBD.
Yeah. Anyway.
To be disappointed.
Ooh.
To be disappointed.
Ooh, flexed to Saturday night.
Flex.
There you go. Assuming the Packers game against the Ravens week 17 will be flexed into the night slot too. Oh, no. My wife's not going to like that. That's the game we're going to.
You're going to the Ravens game?
We're going to the Green Bay Ravens game after the day or the weekend after Christmas. And it looks like maybe it might be flexed into the night slot. We thought it was going to be maybe like the 1 p.m. game so we could get out of there and maybe make it back to Sioux Falls for the night. So we'll see how that goes.
It's not maybe flexed into a night slot.
It looks like it will be.
It is flexed. It reads, game flexed to Saturday night.
Well, no, this is here. Assume that the Packers game against the Ravens in week 17 will be flexed into the night slot too. Assuming.
See? Misleading caption. Packers-Bears game flexed to Saturday night for week 16.
So, I don't know.
Interesting. Or they're just making it flex option.
Who knows?
Flexible.
So, I think right now it was planned as a 3:25 kickoff. But we'll see. Interessante. For sure. All right, let's talk about the juicy stuff.
Okay, wait. Are we leaving the NFL?
We're about to, yes.
We're leaving them for good?
We're about to exit the door and go next door into college football.
Real quick. AFC conference winners, there's title odds out about who wins the AFC, who wins the NFC. Okay? Ooh. These are by Fox Sports.
Okay.
Ranked by Fox Sports. I want you to give me your top 5 for the AFC odds to win the AFC.
Odds
and you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. You don't need an analysis. I just want your top 5.
So
starting at 5, working your way to 1.
Just for clarification, this is for the team that goes to the Super Bowl to represent the AFC.
Conference winner, yes.
Top 5.
Conference champ. Go 5-1.
Okay, just because this is how the... Oh, no. I hope I'm not looking at what's going on over here. Is this representing anything over here? Is this close to what you've got?
Scroll up a little.
That I've looked at it?
Go to the AFC West real quick. Not even close.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sounds good. Because they are who they are and there's still an outside chance and people like to bet on them, so they'll win a lot of money, I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
At 5?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will go with New England.
Okay.
I will go with...
At 4?
Yep.
Okay. 3?
Baltimore, Denver, Buffalo.
Cool. Fox Sports has, from 5-1, Ravens.
Okay.
Colts. Broncos.
Okay.
Bills. Patriots.
So, okay. So, basically, wow.
Yeah.
Ravens, Bills, Broncos, Colts, Patriots.
Chiefs are still sitting there at 6.
I was close, right?
Chiefs are still sitting there at 6. I have no idea. Jaguars below them. Texans below them. Chargers below them. Come on. I test what you've seen. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Go to the NFC.
Okay.
5-1.
5-1. I'm going to go with number 5. Chicago. Number 4. I'm going to say, man, I'm going to say San Francisco. The NFC so much harder.
3.
Crap. No, I've left. I'm going to have to.
You took Chicago and San Francisco at 5 and 4.
Take Chicago out.
Take Chicago
Take
out.
Chicago out.
Okay.
San Francisco. Tampa. Detroit, Green Bay, Philly.
San Francisco, Detroit,
Tampa.
Tampa, Detroit, Green Bay, Philly.
Yep.
Okay. 5-1 from Fox Sports. Niners, Eagles, Packers, Seahawks, Rams.
Dude, one off every time. Seahawks, huh?
You didn't even have the Rams in there.
No, I did. Didn't I?
You did not.
Oh, then I completely forgot about it then.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Either way.
See, that was a hard one.
The
I meant
Bears.
to put the Rams in there, but I guess I didn't even think about it.
But again, the Bears are at 7. The Lions are at 6. Bears are at 7. Bucks are at 8
Dude,
on Fox Sports.
the NFC is a freaking bloodbath because you look over here. If you look at the West, it's 9-4, 9-3, 9-3 with the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners. The South is whatever at 7-5, and then you got Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit all at 9, 8, and 7 wins, and then Philly at their 8 win. But Dallas is creeping up. I mean, they're. I'm not saying I'm saying anything, but they could squeak in maybe.
They could, but look at this last week and look at the games that you watched.
Yeah.
Or just the scores that you paid attention to. None of that jives. None of that. AFC 2. Yeah. None of it jives with what you watched and the games that you've seen. None of that jives with these current odds. So you tell me, Mr. Tinfoil Hat, you tell me what's going on. Why do they still think the Chiefs have a shot?
Because they're the Chiefs.
They're not even currently in playoff contention.
I understand that, but people like to bet on them.
And they're ahead of the Jaguars.
Those are betting odds, correct?
They're ahead of the Jaguars.
They're
and
betting
the
odds,
Texans.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. If you put them anywhere near the top 5, people are going to be like, well, it's the Chiefs. They've been there, they've been there however many times. What is it? 5 of the last 5 years they've been in the Super Bowl. So you never know. So I'm going to throw some money down on it. I think it's a great opportunity for people to lose money on the Chiefs.
I'm telling you what, if I drop $10 on them, I win 105.
Yeah, exactly.
I might just do it.
Exactly.
Just
exactly.
Here you go.
And that's $10 more that Vegas will have that you won't.
No, I'm going to have 105.
Because they're going to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm going to make 95
I
bucks
think
in
it
this
is
thing.
more or less, it's the thing where if the Chiefs squeak in, right, it's a whole new season, and now all of a sudden you've got the Chiefs with 3 games to get to the Super Bowl. Are you going to bet against that team to not just magically put it together and make it to the Super Bowl through 3 games?
Man, I don't know. It depends on how they perform. If they found themselves
Said the same shit last year. They looked like ass all last year. Somehow they put it together.
But in the playoffs, they started to click.
Oh, yeah.
They started to click
You're
a little bit in the
You're
playoffs.
proving my point here.
Maybe. But that is a lot of tonsils to tickle. That is a lot for them to even sniff that top
I don't even
5.
know if they've got the endurance or the length to go that far. So, wait, what?
Okay, let's move to the...
What are we talking about?
Well, good segue. Let's go to the juicy.
Ooh.
Let's go to the juicy.
Juicy juice. Kelly, Lane Kiffin.
Yes.
Has been all the talk over the course of the last 4 days.
Yep.
He's officially a Tiger. Go Tigers.
Go Tiger.
He managed to make it through his press conference without accidentally slipping into any sort of like Creole accent, unlike the coach before him.
Yeah, he
that
didn't help himself, though. He didn't help himself.
Yeah.
If somebody puts a lie detector test on his finger, he's failing that thing miserably.
Speaking of which, have you seen all of these like DMs that have been posted about him getting in contact with chicks at Ole Miss and all this other stuff that people are now releasing because he's left them?
Now they're bitter. Now they're angry.
Yeah, they're like showing all these things about him talking to them or hooking up with just random college chicks. And I think he's kind of a sleazeball, honestly.
I don't know him. Don't have any idea, but I've read so much stuff on it now. Again, we're going to talk about Dave Portnoy. You're going to play a little clip of his press conference, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, Dave Portnoy, we won't go straight there.
Okay.
You can do your stuff first. We won't go straight there. I don't like Dave. I don't like his takes. I don't like Barstool. I think the guy's actually kind of an idiot. And I'm sorry, he can feel the same about me, and I'm okay with it. Really, I'm good.
Sure.
I don't disagree with him with what he had to say. I don't. And you're the one that always comments, they left him on the tarmac, almost making a person semi feel sorry for him. They left him on the tarmac out there in California.
I don't. I mean, there's a reason you get left on the tarmac. It's probably because you're a douchebag.
Right. But, you see that, and all of a sudden you start to read this stuff. And Of course, Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's fully engaged in Ole Miss. Look at him go. Look at him play. They're not losing any games. They're just climbing up the SEC. You know, and everybody's like, boy, he's really matured as a coach. He's really matured as a human being. He's a good person. He's really starting to right these wrongs and do all that stuff. Right up until now.
He hasn't, though. Every time he leaves
he hasn't.
He lights a match and walks out and just lets it burn.
And this just proves it. So there's a lot of people eating a lot of shit burgers right now. Fortunately, we didn't spend a lot of time. Oh, my God, I gagged. We didn't spend a lot of time talking about it leading up to this, but he's proving every bit of his worth right now. And I don't care. I don't care that he left. I do not care. Now, put me in the situation where obviously I'm a fan of Penn State and my coach decides that, hey, you know what? I'm not going to coach you guys in the college football playoff, and I'm going to take 3 of my coordinators with me and we're going to go somewhere else. Yes, I would be pissed off. I can sit back in this situation and say, one, I think it's generational. I think you get some older farts like myself, other talking heads who are older, and they're going to be like, no, there's a loyalty thing there. There's a loyalty. You play this out. You see this through. I think generally a younger population is going to be, no, you go get your bag. You go do it. They set the parameters up. They're not restricting you from having this conversation or doing these things. So go get it. Go get your bag. Go coach where you want to coach and do what there's nothing preventing you from doing it. Too bad if feelings get hurt, whatever. I am still of you play out the year. I said it last week. I want players to play in the bowl games, right? Whether it's just a straight up bowl, the Johnson Gravel Pit Bowl, or whether they're playing in the CFP. I want them to play out their bowl games. You're going to end up in the combine. Is there a risk to get injury? Sure there is. There's a risk to get injured going, leaving the weight room, getting in your car and going home. There's a risk to get injured. I want these players to play this out. I would like the coaches to play out the season. You've done what you've done. You've built what you built. Play the damn thing out. But I also understand. He wants to go.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like he wanted to play the thing out. It was the Ole Miss that was pushing him out and not allowing him to.
Yeah, they kind of gave him a list of demands.
Which is fine. I mean, he signed a contract with them.
Correct.
Why are you off talking to other people while you're still in championship contention over here? Would be my argument. And I've already said this before, I think both on this show and in private text, where I'm like, why the hell does the NCAA even allow these conversations to happen mid-season?
That's it.
That's not even okay. Like, it's not even in the realm of being the right thing for anybody to do. So, I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about all of those, and I'll call them kids because that's what they are. I mean, they're between the ages of 18 and 22, unless you're Bo Nix and you play until you're 35. Right. But I don't know why I took a shot at Bo Nix for being old, but
because we mentioned his AARP last week.
Yeah, right. But they're kids. Like, don't you have some form of like loyalty to them? You're the one that recruited them to be there.
I get that
as well.
I get that.
I think I lost my tangent. I'm not even talking about what I was talking about before, but like, you can't just allow somebody to come in and poach your coach.
But they do, Ryan.
But why?
But they do.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is that okay? Why is it okay for these larger schools who make more money to be able to come in and just take the talent away from somebody else without anybody being able to say a damn word about it?
One word. You want it? Business. That's it. College football is a business. And I can sit here and I can say, look, I want my players to be loyal to my program. I want my coach to be loyal to the players because they're the ones sitting in somebody's kitchen saying, I'm going to take good care of your son. While he's at Ole Miss, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to take good care of him. I want to make sure that he's fed right. I want to make sure that he's getting treated well. I'm going to take care of your son.
I'm going to be a father figure to him while you're not around.
There you go.
By the way, let me be a father figure and abandon him for something else.
There you go.
Why don't I just abandon your child when I promised you I would take care of him?
But the NCAA does not step in and prevent this stuff because it is a freaking business. And I'm here to tell you what. These players aren't any different than Lane Kiffin or some of these coaches that are doing the same thing. They aren't going to stick around. This is not the same caliber of player anymore.
But why would you? You were there to play with Lane. I'm not even talking about a loyalty factor. I'm just talking about from a player-coach loyalty. That's all I care about. I'm not talking about Ole Miss, LSU, anything about that. If you were a coach and you sat in somebody's living room with their parents and talked to them about how you wanted him to come play for you, and how you were going to do this and promise all this, and you looked the parents in the eye and said, hey, I'm going to take care of him. We're going to make sure that he's treated well, all this other stuff. And then 6 months later, they found out Kelly walked out the door right before playoff season to go to LSU.
Yep.
How am I supposed to feel about that?
I think that interaction that takes place in somebody's living room gets somebody in the door. Once they are in the door, student, athlete, /parent, /everyone gives less than two shits about what happens beyond that. They don't care. It's NIL. It's where I'm going to go. It's why the portal is full. There is none of that stuff. And it doesn't have to be loyalty. It's a business. The NCAA doesn't govern it. They will never get a commissioner in the NCAA. This might, depending on how much noise certain people in the right places make, this could obviously get somebody to think about, hey, you know what? Maybe we need some oversight. Maybe we need to figure this shit out. We can't just let this stuff go on, because they don't let it go on in any professional sport. They don't let any of that happen. But that's what this has become. NCAA has become feeder for pros. These guys are professional athletes. It's a business. They don't care. Players don't give a shit. Players don't give a shit. James Franklin got fired. One player held up a banner and says, boy, I sure miss James Franklin. Nobody else cared. Nobody else gave two craps about it.
Well, they had a
don't
terrible
care.
season.
Doesn't matter. They don't care about Lane Kiffin leaving. They don't care. The players, the parents, nothing, because they know they're out buying real estate with their NIL money. They're out setting up their future. They're paying off mom and dad's house. They're doing all this stuff with their NIL. They're driving new rigs. They don't care. They don't care. It's just not there anymore. It's a freaking business now. NCAA football is a business. Period.
You can't tell me that doesn't have an effect on the locker room. You can't tell me that him leaving plus him trying to poach all of his offensive talent that he's got on the coaching staff there isn't going to hurt them come playoff time.
It might. It might.
Those kids are just supposed to go out there and act like it's just another day.
They will. They will. They absolutely will.
They will try.
They will play for the interim coach. They will play for the interim coach. They will play for each other. They will do whatever. They're going to have the same conversations. You said it yourself. Kiffin might be a D-bag, right? And every one of those guys that's sitting there might be thinking, thank goodness this freaking circus left town. Thank goodness they left town.
Maybe. I don't know what he's like behind closed doors for those people.
No idea.
Every situation he's ever left, he's always left it in some form of dramatic fashion.
Funny you say that. Can I get into the Dave Portnoy thing?
Sure.
It's awesome.
Well, let me...
You play your clip, and I'm going to give Dave Portnoy... No, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first.
All right.
Dave Portnoy, right? Barstool Sports, all that good stuff. I think he says this best, and I'm going to read it. Lane Kiffin is who Lane Kiffin is. At some point, Lane Kiffin is going to leave your football city with the town burning in the rearview mirror, and you can't act surprised. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't mean he's a good guy. He's not. He makes it infinitely worse for the people who hate him by the way he acts on social media and the things he says and trying to be cutesy. And he just goes on to bash him and basically says, this is what you get from Lane Kiffin, right? We can sit here and try to defend him and, yep, maybe he's matured, maybe he's done this and blah, blah, blah. But people with a better perspective of this, more on the inside of this, that's the feeling I think everybody's taking on this. Maybe not LSU, but I think everybody else. This is who he is. Why are you crying about it now? You know this is who this guy is. You know this is exactly the type of crap he's going to pull. And he goes on in there later and he says, if he comes to your university, don't expect him to stay. Because the first time somebody dangles a gold bag in front of him, he's freaking leaving.
But where's he going to go now?
I don't know.
This is the tippy top of the echelon here. You don't get any bigger than LSU.
Well, can he? I mean, with the contract that he allegedly doesn't know about.
I'll tell you, it's $13 million a year, Kane.
Exactly. This is who he is. We are talking about this and spending so much time on this, and there's been such an uproar in this since the last month about is Lane Kiffin going to stick around and blah, blah, blah. This is who he is. Is it right? No.
That's what's got me so worked up about it, because from a morality standpoint, if somebody came to me and said, hey, we've really enjoyed what you've been able to do with this organization and this program and what you've been able to build here over the last 3 to 4 years, we like what you've done. We want to be able to take that and implement it in our own program. We would love it if you would come over here and coach for us.
Right.
That sounds great. Can we have a discussion in January?
Right, but...
Because if he was that sought after, if he is the number one prospect on the board, right? If he's number one, and he tells all these other schools that are talking to him, I'll have the conversations in January. What changes between December 1 and January 10th?
Right. Do we know, though? Do we know for sure that LSU didn't say, because you're going to play your clip and it's whatever. Do we know that LSU didn't come back and say, no, we need a decision by deadline?
I'm sure.
Or this contract is going to diminish.
Sure they did. I'm sure they did, but you can't tell me that Lane doesn't hold all the cards here.
Oh,
he's got all the cards in his belt.
He does.
Because he can either stay and continue to build the program that he's got at Ole Miss and be successful and make $9 million a year instead of $13 million, and he'll tell you why he left. I think it's bullshit.
Right. And when they go off and they win the college football playoffs with him continuing to coach there, he's going to make up that $4 million in short order.
He had nothing to lose either way.
Correct.
Because if LSU wasn't there, Florida was waiting in the background.
Yep.
If Florida wasn't there, he could go back to Ole Miss. He could play another year. He could coach another year at Ole Miss and have all these opportunities open up to him again.
He'd have him for several
So this
years.
is the whole thing that I'm more pissed off at Lane than I am about the whole business aspect of it.
That's where you need to be mad. That's where you need to be mad.
I understand it's a business. I totally get it. But you committed to these students. You told them at the beginning of the year that you were going to lead them. You were going to be a part of this program and a part of what they were building there. And you literally decided to abandon them at their biggest moment.
Yep.
And that pisses me off so much.
It can piss you off. It can piss you off.
Because
I'm taking an uncharacteristic approach here and saying, but he's allowed to do it.
He absolutely is allowed to do it because that's what the rules dictate. But the rules need to change. This needs to be an eye-opening event for the NCAA to go, we can't allow this to happen in our sport, and we need to change it, just like we did with the transfer portal, where it made absolutely no sense for them to be able to open the transfer portal in the middle of December.
And make a martyr of him. Oh, look what I did. I got NCAA football on an uproar to the point where now they're getting oversight because of my situation.
Good. Whatever works, I guess. I don't know. But I feel bad for those kids, and you can say that they don't care, but I honestly don't believe that. Because when you go in the trenches and you play these games and you build those relationships, some of them over the course of the last couple years under this program with those players, and you build that brotherhood, and football is a physical sport, man. Like, you're sharing shared trauma through physical, emotional battles that you've had all year long.
Yep.
And now your leader's gone.
Yeah,
he's out the door.
We could let Anthony chime into this because I'm a believer. I played Division II, right? I didn't play D1. I played Division II, and I can tell you, I played for my teammates. I played for my teammates because I didn't necessarily have a real strong connection with the D coordinator. I didn't have a strong connection necessarily with the head coach, who at that time was the offensive coordinator. I didn't have a strong connection there. It wasn't something where we throw the word loyalty out there. I didn't feel a sense of loyalty so much. Different situation. They weren't threatening to leave or do any of that. But I played for my teammates. The other boys on the team, the brotherhood that we had, that's who I played for. At the end of the day, I wanted to make sure we got through this. That was the battle. The battle was with them. That's who I fought with. Those were my guys, right? Anybody above player status, it's going to sound bad, but I didn't really care. I truly didn't care. I was playing for the dudes. That was it.
And like I said in my text, I hope beyond hope that somehow Ole Miss is able to put this all together and win the whole thing. I hope it's a galvanizing thing for what you're talking about, where they decide to play for each other and not the program.
Yeah, and they will.
And this does something in that effect to put them over the top. And I understand the whole thing where Lane's like, hey, I want to come back and I want to coach, but Ole Miss is like, no, pound sand, leave. Go. You clearly, you're having conversations with other people. You don't want to be here, so we don't want you here.
Correct. And they're not wrong.
And I get that part too.
Yep.
If you wanted to be here, you would be here.
It wouldn't have been a question. There wouldn't have been all this speculation. There wouldn't have been all this stuff leaked. It leaked on purpose. Somebody leaked this stuff on purpose.
It always is.
Multiple sources leaked it on purpose to make this what it is. Again, he holds all the cards. You said it. He's got all of the bargaining power and everything else. They wanted this to leak. They wanted this to be out. They wanted this to become a circus. That's exactly what they wanted. And he got out of it what he wanted, because now he gets to fall back and say, well, Ole Miss didn't want me to stay there. I was in a situation where I took this team to where they're at.
Baloney, you've been having these conversations with LSU and Florida for the last month.
Correct.
Of course they don't want you to stay there because you're not committed to what's going on in Ole Miss.
But all of a sudden, Ole Miss is the one that comes out as the bad guy in some regards. They said,
I don't even view it.
We're going to fire him.
No.
If he doesn't make a decision and he doesn't commit and blah blah blah, we're just going to end up firing him so he doesn't take our coaching staff and players and blah blah blah.
You got to protect yourself too, because Ole Miss has never been like this.
Correct. The players are going to play for each other, and there's going to be a certain number of those student athletes that are going to say, let's go show these MFers that this wasn't about Lane Kiffin. We are whatever. We're going to be a potential national champion because of what we've done.
Yeah.
We're going to show people that this wasn't about Lane Kiffin. You'll have that percentage of people in there that's going to be like, damn the man, screw you.
Yeah.
We'll show you what's up.
Right.
They will play just to make him look as less of a factor.
I hope so.
They will.
I absolutely hope so.
I'm going for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I am.
I absolutely hope so. Because, I mean, other than the status of it all, because you're looking at a difference between $9 million a year and $13 million a year. He's claiming that he doesn't know the status of his contract. In this clip that I'm about to play, he claims the main source of his reasoning as to why he left one program for LSU is the simple fact that he's going to get more NIL money for the kids.
He'd have been better.
But then
off.
it's just one of those things where it doesn't correlate. If you absolutely care about the kids and the players, then what about all the kids you left at Ole Miss that you committed to for the season? And now all of a sudden you care about them because you're going to try to get more NIL money here? And I'm getting ahead of myself before I play the clip, but that's just where I'm just like...
But you're not getting ahead of yourself. And nobody will ever convince me included, you included, everybody else, nobody will ever convince me that dollar signs do not matter when you select a position. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the job is. Nobody is going to tell me that dollar signs do not play probably the most significant role in your decision. So he is a liar face, and he should. And you're going to hear it shortly. And he'd be better off dancing around with 5-star kids like your buddy Brian Kelly did, because at least his accent was phony and all that other stuff. But at least he wasn't completely standing with a microphone in front of his face, lying his ass off. Go ahead and push play.
Okay, I'm never going to make a decision on money.
Liar.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know what my contract is here. That's not
liar.
Financially
was about money for the
okay?
kids.
I'm sure it's really good. Okay. I don't know what it is, nor did I know at the other places what the numbers were.
Liar.
Because I said in the beginning, I told Jimmy Sexton, don't tell me the numbers. Okay. I want to make a decision that has nothing to do with money for me. Now, tell me the numbers in the plan for what the money is for the players, because that's everything in that area to me.
What does that even and again, going back to my other comments where I'm like, that's everything for you and the kids, blah blah blah. Okay, again, then what about, I mean, there's kids in Ole Miss still.
Yeah. The one statement he made that was true, correct, and honest was he is financially irresponsible. That's the one true statement out of that entire damn thing. Don't tell me you didn't know numbers from other schools. Don't tell me you didn't know what Ole Miss's contract is. Don't tell me that money had no role in your decision and whatever, because you were going nowhere for the money. You are a lying sack of shit. Period. End of discussion. That is nonsense. Sometimes these guys need somebody to kind of go in with the old cane and hook them and pull them off the...
You're saying too much.
Exactly. Pull them away from the podium. Get a teleprompter. Write up something for them. This is what you should say, Lane.
Yeah.
This is the right approach. Your approach is wrong, because you will now be scrutinized by every social media platform, to include the Armchair Authority, for a ridiculous interview that you never should have had.
Yeah.
Because it's not accurate.
And I don't think anybody really encapsulated what I was thinking better than legendary coach Bill Cowher.
Why would you even ask that question? Why would an AD let a coach who made a decision that he wanted to go to LSU and not stay at Ole Miss coach my players and use my coaches and tell them for the next month why they should be joining him at LSU? Totally understand. I would just say thank you, Lane, and goodbye. And that being said, if indeed he decides to take other coaches with him, I would just say any player that goes to play for Lane Kiffin, just understand one thing. It's not about the program, it's about Lane Kiffin. Because he don't care about the players that he just went through a season with, a special season, players he's had for 4 years, with an opportunity to go to the playoffs. He's decided to take them and not only leave them, which I get, okay, you want to do that, but now you're going to take offensive coaches with you and destroy the program. And
deplete the program.
Deplete the program and the dreams of these young men who you said that you want to be there and you want to do it with. But if I can't do it, I'm not going to let you do it yourself.
Solid. Can't argue with that.
Yeah. It's just tough, man. I'm so morally conflicted about all this. Like, it's just because it would be something. I've never been put in a situation where it's like, hey, you can make $13 million, blah, blah. I just feel like the conversation could have been had a month later, is all I feel like. I feel like if he was a big enough man to actually give two shits about what's going on at this program and these kids and everything else, hey, I get it. Listen, I'm flattered. But I've got a college football playoff coming up, which you guys don't. And the reason you don't is because your current situation isn't great and you need me to come fix it. So let's have this conversation afterward. Is that okay? Can we do that? Can we do this in January when it's all over with?
If we do that, Lane, we're going to cut that contract in half. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We need a decision right now, Lane.
Yeah. well, then I guess you're going to have to wait.
Because
and
our
because
program
because
still
for
needs
me,
more than the athletes.
Because for me, it's not about what I make; it's about what the kids make,
right?
And it's about the kids.
Yep, it is.
So we can have a conversation about my contract in January, whether it's half of what it is now or later. But just know that I'm not having any sort of conversation with anybody until after my complete season with Ole Miss is over, because I have a job to do right now with this program and these kids that I've been with for 4 years, because we're building something special here and I want to see it through. And I hope you can respect that.
Yep.
How hard is that as an adult?
His downward spiral started the minute he started engaging in conversations with other colleges. It was done right then and there. Rabbit hole in, feet first, down we go. That the minute you start engaging in those conversations, you lose everyone.
Yeah. And I think I would have responded if that was the question that came up, where it's like, if we have this conversation in January, it's probably going to be half of what it is now. I would have said, seems to me you just paid Brian Kelly $54 million for him not to coach for you. I think you've got the money. We can have this conversation in 30 days.
Right. Secondly, I don't need to leave.
Right.
I don't need to leave where I'm at. I'm making good money. I have a really good program built up.
The last I checked, the difference between 9 and 13 million is about $4 million.
Yeah.
So
we're playing for a really big trophy, and you guys suck. And I don't need to leave. I don't have to go anywhere.
The last time you were good, your coach couldn't even speak English.
Correct.
So go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Anyway, I think we spent enough time on Lane Kiffin, but I mean, I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it. I understand it. I get it. There's going to be a lot of friends out there that are going to be like, oh, you just can't be so sensitive about everything. It's not all about emotion.
It's not about sensitivity.
It's about business, Ryan. It's not going to always work that way. I get that. But at the same time.
Well, I did that. What are you coming to me for? I did that.
I got it on the text. It was way before you, where they're always like, it's a business. He's got to go get his bag, man.
But
he's got to get his bag. Shut up. He's got $9 million a year in the bag. If he was more financially responsible, he wouldn't need to go for another contract.
It's about the players, Ryan. It's about getting the players their money, right? That's what he wants. He wants that extra money for the players so that he can really bond with them. And he can go assure those parents that they're going to have a better lifestyle because of what he's building and what he has done. Oh, by the way, Lane, phone call from 43 players from Ole Miss and their parents online too.
Yeah, I'm not here. Not here. Go ahead and take a message.
I'm in Baton Rouge. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and applause to us, especially me, for not dropping a giant fat F-bomb throughout that entire rant about Lane Kiffin, because there was about 4 times that I wanted to.
Oh, I bit clean through my freaking tongue a couple different times just to avoid it. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going Ole Miss in the playoffs. I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna root hard for them.
100%. I might go buy a jersey. I don't even care.
Wow, fair enough.
I don't even care.
Yeah, you're not gonna root for Oregon or any other Big Ten team because that's how you roll. Because apparently you just root for the same teams in the same conference in the same division.
Who you root for doesn't matter.
When the Chiefs get bounced, you're gonna be like, "Go Broncos!" Woo,
Yep.
yeah, that's freaking weird, dude.
Nope.
You're a weird guy.
I've got a healthy divide between.
There's no healthy thing.
I have a healthy divide between NFL and collegiate sports. Secondly, this thing's wrapped up. Ohio State's winning this thing. It doesn't matter who I'm rooting for.
Hot take.
Ohio State wins the whole thing.
If you've been following along with Kelly's predictions over the last 3 weeks, that means Ohio State's going to lose their first playoff game.
You can listen here, Buckaroo. I had my predictions for Thanksgiving, and then I changed them based on yours. I went against my predictions because I just wanted to be different from yours. If I'd have stuck with my original ones...
Do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Oh, what an ass. How'd you get that on there? This is a bunch of crap. I'm out of here.
So technically, we're kind of set for the most part, right? Like, we're going to find out later today, on Tuesday, December 2nd, who's in, basically. And then we have conference championships that apparently are not supposed to affect anything. At least not weigh as much as they did last year.
They have significant weight. Just stop talking to me about that. They have significant weight, and they will continue to have significant weight. I understand the whole thing about, hey, a conference champion gets an auto bid and blah, blah, blah. I get that. That loss to some of these schools is going to matter, and it's going to be the difference between making the top 12 and being bounced. I hope BYU is out. I hope Miami goes in. That's what I hope. Texas, I don't really know. Anthony had some solid points yesterday about Texas and what happens if you let him in. What happens if you don't let him in? What precedent are you setting? Very good conversation. I want BYU out, though. For the sake of making it a more competitive playoff, I want them out.
So what's the argument for Notre Dame over Miami?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Because they're Notre Dame. That's it. That's it. They schedule. Their schedule is not full of really tough opponents, Ryan.
Well, I mean, Miami's played. I think they've played 4 of the same teams that Notre Dame has, and they have the head-to-head against Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it was the first game of the year in like August 31st. So how much weight you put on that? But they're both sitting at 9-2. Miami's in a conference. Notre Dame is not. We can bring up that discussion again if you'd like. I guess I don't really have a lot of weight towards it, but it seems like sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't.
I think there's a lot of this going on with that Notre Dame school, where there's not as much with Miami. And I know this is the old audio, and not a visual thing, but I'm just flipping dollars at you, Ryan, and flipping a lot of dollars at you. That's why Notre Dame is where they are.
Gotcha. So right now we're looking at, the bids that are in are going to be, it'll be Ohio State, Indiana,
Champion.
Texas A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, and what I would assume would be Notre Dame and Alabama. So that leaves 2 openings, right? So I think a lot of people are thinking, whoever the AAC champion's going to be, is it still going to be Tulane?
We're not talking about this again, are we?
Well, I'm just curious, because now we're kind of in a similar situation here. So it's probably going to be Tulane, and who else? BYU? Probably?
Vanderbilt playing for the championship?
I think so, yes.
Who are they playing?
I don't know.
SEC, right?
Maybe.
Who the heck they play? Alabama? No, Alabama, Georgia play.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
So Vandy's not playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not playing.
So Vandy's not playing. Georgia. So they're just sitting right there with a potential Heisman candidate and blah, 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 blah. So So
here's the conversation.
Not a real good history behind them. I mean,
The one question I have.
Okay, here it comes.
Let's say the automatic bids are done, right? SEC gets what it wants, no more automatic bids. We have the lineup that we have here, so technically we've got 2 open slots, right?
Yep.
Can you tell me?
I see what you just did there, Longhorns. I see what you just did there. Boy, that's subliminal. Wow.
Tell me the college football playoff would be better if you kicked out BYU and Tulane and you put in Miami and Texas.
It would be better. It would be better.
Why?
Better following, better schedule, better competition.
If it's a business,
if
it's a business and you want to make money,
that's where you make money, because those schools have more money. They have more money.
Plus, Texas has beat Vanderbilt.
Yep.
They beat Texas A&M.
Yep. Put them in. They're gonna get in. They're gonna get in.
You think Texas is gonna get in?
Yeah. BYU is going out. Miami's going up. Texas comes to 12. That's how it's gonna go.
Okay, so now while I agree, you set a huge precedence with, and here's the other aspect of it, right? Okay, so 3-loss team for Texas. I'm getting there.
Oh.
I'm getting there. I think I know where you're going. 3-loss team with Texas, right?
Yeah. Tough.
So you set a precedence. But if Alabama's already in and they lose the SEC championship to Georgia, how many losses does Alabama have?
3.
So now what? It just doesn't matter.
Championships don't matter, right? Conference championships
but you still have 3 losses.
I know, but conference championships don't matter.
You still have 3 losses. So, if you're going to
third
set the
loss
precedence,
is
why not just double down on it?
It's not a precedent. The 3rd loss is in the championship, and the championship doesn't matter. So it's really not a 3rd loss.
The champion. Wow. Has the words ever been put together before? The championship doesn't matter?
You can read it all throughout social media.
Okay.
It won't here.
So you say the championship doesn't matter, but I specifically remember you saying pre-show that if Indiana loses to Ohio State in the Big Ten championships, do they remain at 2? And you said no, they do not.
You think you couldn't pick? You didn't see the sarcasm dripping off the wall when I said conference championships don't matter? That was sarcastic. That's based on these people in this voting committee that say that championships don't carry as much weight as people think they do. Yes,
Sure.
They do. They carry a ton. Indiana will not be at number 2 when they lose to Ohio State. They will not be. They will not. And Alabama, because of the brand, because of who they are, they'll lose. They could potentially lose. I don't think they will, but they could potentially lose the conference championship, and they won't move because, losing the conference championship shouldn't. There are no parameters. We established this last year and the year before. This whole system is broken, and you could expand it to 16, and it's broken. Expand it to 20, it's freaking broken.
Where everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, so here's how I think some of this is going to go. Ohio State will win the Big Ten, and Georgia will win the SEC. Ohio State will remain at 1. Indiana will drop out of 2. Georgia will move up to 2. I think Georgia moves up to 2. Everybody else will move down.
Probably.
And it'll just kind of be a rat race in between there.
Probably.
Alabama will be somewhere between 10 and 12 for their seeding rank based on the fact that they'll have 3 losses, but they're already in, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I think that'll go. Notre Dame will remain in. just because they're Notre Dame. They've got 2 losses, and I think everybody likes them better than Miami or anybody else that's available.
Who's BYU playing?
I don't know.
Who are they playing in their conference championship? Just go ahead and take a look. Take a look. Spoiler alert.
That's Texas Tech.
There you go. How do you think that's going to turn out?
Well, again, where is Texas Tech? They're in there.
Exactly.
They're around number 5 with 1 loss. I mean, it's
right.
Like, I don't know.
You don't think that championship's going to matter when BYU gets curb stomped by Texas Tech?
So here's the thing.
They're going completely out.
Here's the other
Some
thing.
of these other schools aren't going to move. They're only going to go up. I'm telling you, they're going to adjust this shit the way they want it adjusted.
And they should. I mean, because now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so last year everybody bitched about the fact that there was too much weight put on the conference championships because and even I was kind of one of those where I'm like, look, Ohio State's not even playing in their conference championship, and they've got nothing to lose.
Yep, and won the title.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you've got Oregon and Penn State duking it out.
Yep.
In the championship, and whoever loses that is going to end up dropping to a seed that they don't really deserve.
Correct.
But now we change it this year where there's not a lot of.
It's not going to change. It's not going to change.
It changed a little bit to where they're like, we're not going to put as much weight on it, but there needs to be more weight on it, especially when you have 2 teams in the top 11 in BYU and Texas Tech. The winner of that should be in. The loser should be out. They shouldn't even be in based on the conference.
Well, Texas Tech will curb stomp them, so BYU will be out. They will be out. But scroll up a little bit. You know who's in the greatest position ever?
Oregon?
Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah, they don't have to play.
Oregon.
They're the Ohio State team from last year.
Texas A&M, Oregon, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Notre Dame. They can't. How do you move them down?
You don't, because they don't play.
Really? Did that happen during the regular season? When somebody took a bye week? How many teams did you see on a bye week that dropped in the friggin' standings, Ryan?
Yeah.
It did happen. So why does that mysteriously change? They're in a great seat. Can they possibly move down because they don't play? Are you really going to move people around in the playoffs because they don't play a game?
$5 says one of those teams that does not play next weekend moves up.
Oh, I'm not taking that back. I agree with you, they will.
Yeah. Yep.
But when they say that conference stuff doesn't matter, BYU's gone. They're gone. When they lose like 40-20.
Well, they're going to need that excuse to get somebody out that they
always need that excuse, and they find the excuse. But there's always going to be 3 teams.
So what's the excuse for keeping Tulane's ass in this shit?
That's what I mean. And now you got Manny Diaz, right? Duke definitely deserves a shot in that playoff position.
I thought that was a joke.
It was not a joke. He actually did that in a press conference and where he thinks Duke should be in there. I'm like, this system is flipping broken, man. It's entertaining as hell. You know what? I'm completely on the outside looking in. Penn State had to scoop and score on a fumble to beat Rutgers to get bowl eligible.
7-5 Duke?
Yep. They deserve
Where is this clip? Why did we not have this for the show?
Pull up, man. Manny Diaz said they definitely deserve a shot. They deserve a shot for that national championship.
No way. Is there a short one? I don't even.
I'll find it. We'll save it for next week because it's still gonna apply next week. We're gonna save
These
it.
are all 10 minutes long. What is this?
I'm gonna save it.
What was his argument?
They've had a hell of a season.
Okay.
I'll find it for you.
Dude, man, Duke.
Hey, I got one more thing for you. Once we move on from this, it'll be quick too. Little teaser for next week. We're going to talk about the all-time winningest college football coaches. But not this week because we are way in the weeds and my ass itches.
I can't even find it. I think you made it up. There's no way.
Look at how mad you got.
They're 7-5. We're over here debating about the ramifications of a 3-loss Texas team getting in, and Manny Diaz is over here taking rips going, hey, we should be in because we've got 5 losses and we're second in the ACC.
Right there, Manny Diaz defends team's chance at ACC football title.
Where? This one?
Down to the right.
Well, this one's 2 days ago.
Yeah, right there. Same thing. Deserved to be in the ACC title game. There you go.
After Duke finished off Wake Forest on Saturday to move to 7-5 on the year, Coach Manny Diaz had no exceptions had no expectations his team would be playing for a conference title, let alone having a college football playoff aspirations. It wasn't even talked about in the locker room, he said. But now that Duke has secured a spot in Charlotte, North Carolina with a chance to win the conference in a rematch against Virginia, he's not apologizing for any of it. Diaz said on Sunday that Duke absolutely belongs in the title game thanks to a 6-2 conference record, and that if the Blue Devils win Saturday, they should be one of the 5 highest-ranked conference champions and receive a berth in the playoffs.
There you go.
Manny Diaz says, we have 5 losses, and we wish we'd played better in those games, but we lost to 2 10-win teams, 2 9-win teams, and an 8-win team. Records have a lot to do with schedules. Duke lost 3 non-conference games, including 2 on the road and 2 on the road and 1 possession games to teams outside the Power 4, which would be at Tulane, which will play for the American Championship at UConn.
They lost. Duke lost to UConn. Duke lost to UConn. Ryan, you thought I made this up? Huh? You thought I made this up? Oh, I read every bit of this thing. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yikes.
Wants to play in the ACC game or title game? Okay, great. Check. They win. He thinks because they're an ACC champion at 7-5, they should get a shot in the playoffs. Seriously.
Wow.
Can't make this up.
Wow.
Everybody thinks they should be eligible for the playoffs,
You lost
Ryan.
to North
Everybody.
Carolina.
You sure did. You sure did. And UConn, Ryan. UConn.
And Tulane.
Correct. Correct.
Oh, sorry. They beat North Carolina. My bad. Sorry. Virginia, UConn, Georgia Tech, Tulane, and Illinois.
Yep.
Sorry. I was looking at that wrong. So, yeah, Virginia.
He wants a shot.
Okay.
He wants a shot. He wants a shot in those playoffs, Ryan.
So, Virginia is currently the 18th ranked team.
Yep.
They're 10-2. They win. Are they in?
Don't know.
I mean, I can make an argument that they deserve to be in.
Do they get an auto bid?
You'd be 11-2. You won your conference.
ACC gets you the auto bid? Are they one of the auto bid conferences?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
If we saw SMU and Boise State in there last year, we are going to see some wonkiness this year as well. And I can't wait. I can't wait for this discussion when these idle teams drop. When they drop in the standings. I can't wait for that discussion.
We didn't do anything.
Seriously.
Exactly. That's why you're out of here.
We're going to need tie-down straps to hold us back in these chairs next week because we're going after each other.
I'm not even looking.
We're absolutely going after each other.
What's happening here? What am I looking at?
I don't know. Good old Manny.
Oh, there it is.
Good old Manny Diaz.
Not to mention Florida or Miami's right there too. Yeah, I don't know. They put a ton of, SMU last year, the ACC.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of weight carried by the ACC conference. You want to see an eruption? Watch Duke beat Virginia. Watch what happens then. Can you really put Duke in the playoffs?
An eruption.
You will see an eruption that goes far beyond.
You want to see an eruption? Wait till Duke tickles the tonsils of Virginia in the ACC championship game.
You took it. You took it from me. Man, come on. Stop stealing my thunder.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know.
What a conversation.
I'm worn out. I need a cigarette.
I'm sweating.
I woke up sweating.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
We're
stuff.
not calling anybody today. We're not doing anything like that.
I'd like to call Lane Kiffin.
Ooh.
See if he answered. Of course, he'd probably slide into my DMs.
You know what? I'm going to say he's not welcome on the Armchair Authority. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I've said that about a few people.
He'd probably schedule to come on our show and then be talking to some other show and then end up canceling on us and going somewhere else.
Likely.
Yeah.
And you'd feel devastated because
I
that
would.
loyalty wasn't there, and you'd feel devastated over it.
Betrayed. Absolutely betrayed.
Just imagine if Ole Miss was the school that you follow. How would it go then?
I'm already fired up about it enough.
Well,
it's like
you at least have a little bit of a dog in the fight because it's an ACC thing, and your school.
Well, I'm sure there's probably going to be somebody out there that's like, "Oh, he's just mad because he didn't go to Florida." Nah, dude. Like, I didn't even think that had a shot in hell. First of all,
no,
he was going to LSU 100% of the time.
No, and I'm not mad that he didn't go to Penn State. I don't want that jackwagon up there.
Actually, I didn't mind Florida's hire, Summerall. I don't know much about him, but I like the fact that he's not like he's got an opportunity to kind of make a name for himself. So
Yeah, he's from Tulane, correct? North Texas, Tulane. Which one? Where'd he come from? He was either North Texas or Tulane, correct?
Tulane,
yeah. Yep.
Again, another situation.
Green Wave.
So Tulane, again, in the hunt for a championship, gets their head coach sniped. Yep. How is that right? How is that correct? How are they able to do that? Ridiculous. Whatever.
Well, because it's only John Summerall. It's not Lane Kiffin. And it's only Tulane. It's not Ole Miss or LSU.
Still not right.
It isn't about what's right or wrong.
Not correct.
It's not about right or wrong. It's the business that is the NCAA.
If the AA can hear me, change your rule. Change it.
Hire Nick Saban immediately.
Be better.
Care more.
Care exactly. Care
Don't
more.
Be you.
Care more.
Don't be you, NCAA. Care more about your student athletes. Care more about them.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, I think that's the show.
Ah, shit. I'm done.
And I'm spent.
This, my friend, is a fork.
Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Next week, though, all-time winningest college football coaches, please.
Is Bear Bryant on that
list?
list?
I think it's going to be fun. Why am I going to tell you that? I'm not gonna tell you that. Do you feel like he's an all-time winningest coach?
Yeah, probably.
Well, he's probably on it then, isn't he?
Yeah.
Don't spoil it. Quit playing footsie with me, too.
Yeah, dude, you're you're so far over here. It's
I'm
ridiculous.
lounging. I couldn't get my equipment right. I can't get comfortable. Man.
All right. Well, that's the show. If you want to be a part of the show, you can always leave a comment on your podcast service of choice. You can also reach out to us at thearmchairauthority@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Those links will be listed in the description below. You can find us there. If you'd like to order a t-shirt, again, holidays are coming up. Who wouldn't love an Armchair Authority t-shirt for the holidays?
I know I sure do.
It would be great. I would like another one because I've just continued to shrink all my shirts because I don't know how to do laundry. It's great. It's one of those things where it fits in the torso, but now the arms come up to like my shoulders because it's just shrunken so much.
It's just
I'm just going to the gym too much.
Sun's out, guns out.
What up?
That's what it is.
It might end up turning into one of those like cut off summer shirts where you just take the sleeves off and
you're
it's
gonna
like
Belichick it.
It's a hillbilly tank top.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you need one of those, you can head
Vascular.
over to tpublic.com, and the link is in the description as well. Yeah. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you had plenty of bread, as we talked about last week, being in the top 10 for sides. I know that I enjoyed my Thanksgiving. Pretty good. How about yours?
No, it's great.
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
Good food, good lineup, good people. Everything was good.
Good.
Everything's good. Don't even care that the Chiefs lost. Don't. I don't.
Yeah. It's all right.
That was solid. I did in fact. Yeah. I made good on my promise, boy. Hammered the stuffing.
Oh.
Hammered the
I thought
stuffing.
you were just going to end it with hammered.
No. We scaled that back a bit.
Gotcha.
We scaled it back.
I'm Kelly, and this is me after 3 whiskeys.
When the texts start coming ... get ready.
Yeah. I saw one where it was like, my name's John, and this is me after 4 deviled eggs. My name's John, and this is me after 10 deviled eggs. Yuck.
No.
Yeah.
I hammered the stuffing, though.
Good.
I did.
Yeah.
We had pork.
Nice.
We had pork. No turkey
Right.
lurk.
Fair enough.
We had pork stuffing.
My turkey was okay. It didn't turn out as well as it did last year, but it was still good. I made a cheesecake that turned out pretty well. It was like an apple pie cheesecake thing. It's pretty dope.
You practiced that on your daughter's birthday.
Something like that.
Yeah, you did. You did. Don't deny it.
Yeah. It was around that time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and I got better at it. So the cheesecake turned out. The turkey wasn't as good as it was last year. I think the brine I used was a little bit different. So I'll definitely kind of probably go back to that next year. But outside of that, no, it was great. Food was good. Family was awesome. We had that little cold front sneak in. Plus the Packers get a win in Detroit on Thanksgiving. That's always a good time. So, but I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about next week.
Doesn't that make first game, right? First of 3. Packers win. Doesn't that make the next 2 games so much more enjoyable? It's like you're just bagging like I don't give a damn.
Yeah. When I found out that they were the 11 o'clock game on Thursday, I was like, oh, thank you, because I always have this thing, especially with playoff games, where if your team is the first to play, or especially if they're the last to play. Yeah. So if it's wild card weekend and you've had 3 or 2 games prior to that, and you're the third game on Sunday night,
can't sleep,
and both home teams have won.
Correct.
And you're the home team on Sunday night. You're losing.
Yep.
or vice versa, or whatever it's been. So like any time that the home team loses first before my team plays, I'm like, oh, thank goodness, because like now there's a shot, because it's just like it's like when you get fouled and you have to go to the line to shoot 3 free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Make it all 3 of them.
No, you're going to doink 2 of them for sure.
At least 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I found out we were the first game, I'm like, all right. And then they, first team to win on the road, and then what happens? Only the Cowboys win at home.
Correct.
So,
yep.
And I think I was 2 for.
And you gave me hell. Well, you're taking all road teams, huh? Taking all road teams. No, I'm going to go ahead and change it up now because of yours.
Yeah.
But sure.
I was 2 for 3, I think.
Well, we did 4.
Oh, then I was 2 for 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of the Bears. Stupid Bears. Although, props to them. Now this is a legitimate rivalry.
Stop it.
It's a legitimate rivalry. They're good right now.
Are they? Are they really, Ryan?
Yeah.
Are they?
Somebody was talking about how the Bears can't talk about the Bears without bringing up the Packers.
Right. I specifically spoke with a Bears fan.
Yeah.
Not at great length, but long enough.
Yeah.
Yesterday. And said Bears fan said to me, I'm not saying shit about them winning. I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to brag about anything. I'm not gloating. I'm not going to say a word.
That's
about
some growth from a Chicago Bears fan.
That is a lack of confidence, my friend. That is a lack of confidence. That is they're picking up what I'm laying down.
Right.
That's the confidence I have in the Bears. And
I thought maybe it was just they've seen this play out enough to the point where they're like, I'm just gonna.
They've never seen 10-2 or whatever the hell their record is right now. They haven't seen that.
Matt Nagy year. They were like the 1 seed or something.
I know, but were they 10-2?
They were good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's not talking.
Maybe.
But he was he was adamant. I'm not saying anything about that stuff. Because I walked in and sat down. I'm like, so what do you think? They for real? I mean, what's going on there? You believe in this? Do you trust them? And he's like, I'm not saying anything.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, we appreciate you guys as always, and we will be back to chat more about football next week because that's where we're at.
That's where we are.
Playoff push for the NFL and officially playoff time for the CFP. So pay attention to what's going on tonight. Well, by the time you guys listen to this, it'll already happen. But let's see where the CFP rankings end up, and hopefully we can have a conversation about it next time because I think they're supposed to come out Sunday.
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna have a towel with me next week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweating.
I'm going to be frothy.
Sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's no good scenario for me.
Maybe LSU will get it now.
Oh. They might.
7-5 Duke can squeak in. Maybe now that LSU has Lane Kiffin, maybe they'll just automatically put them in.
Well, hell, they might as well put Penn State in too then.
Yeah.
Make it more competitive.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it. Because nothing matters.
They know the game, but they're keeping it fun. Poking fun at the stats, they're second to none. From fantasy leagues to the locker room jokes, they got the edge no one's ever broke. They don't need a suit, they don't need